practice that's about 20 to 30 minutes, and we're going to start standing. So we're going to start standing today, mountain pose, just to compose ourselves and take a couple breaths, taking a big inhale through the nose and exhaling it out. Good, again, in through the nose and exhaling it out. This time, raise the hands as you inhale. Look up to the sky. Exhale, find your first forward fold.
Relax that neck, look through the knees, and make sure those knees are bent. Then take note of your feet and notice all four corners. Make sure you're evenly pressing through. Here we're going to bring our hands to heart center, lower our butt, and lift up strong through those legs. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down, chin to chest. We're going to do that again. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are bent, looking through those knees, relaxing the shoulders. This time we inhale and halfway lift, bring those hands to the shins, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to heart center, butt lowers, lift up strong, big inhale. Exhale, hands down, chin to chest. Good, again, inhale, lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to shins again, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to heart center, butt lowers, lift up strong, big inhale. Exhale, this time bring the hands behind the back, clasping, lift the chest. Release, find mountain. Roll the shoulders back a couple times. And then bring them forward. Good, take a big inhale. Bring your hands through heart and find a seat. Lift the chest. Press those palms together so you're active in the arms and the legs at the same time. Good, wiggle those feet so you know you're back on your heels and breathe. Good, inhale and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step your right foot back and lower the knee, finding low lunge. Untuck the toe, lift through those hands, relax your shoulders and breathe. We're going to draw our hands to cactus, opening up, and then lift back up. Again, to cactus, lift back up, and to cactus, lift back up. Breathe here. Exhale the hands down, tuck your toes, step forward, forward fold. Relax the head and the neck. Step your left foot back, lower the knee. Inhale and lift. Breathing. Three cactus arms. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift, lengthen. And exhale, frame that foot. Tuck your toe, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bring those hands to heart center as you lower the butt and lift up strong through those legs. Big inhale. Exhale, hands down to chin to chest. Inhale, lift. Steeple grip. Over to the left side. Big side bend. Make sure you're planting that right heel in the floor. Don't pull off of it. And stack the shoulders and maybe gaze towards the ceiling. And bring it to center. Same thing on the other side. Over the top. Left foot is on the ground. Don't pull away. Gaze at the ceiling. Bring it back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Step your feet back for your first down dog. We're going to Here we lower the knees down, untuck the toes, bring your hands in to find tabletop position. Flat back, bellies pulled in. We press through the earth. We're strong through those arms. We round through. Angry cat. Tailbone pulls down, chin tucks under. And then exhale and find your cow. Good, again, rounding through. Exhale, find your cow. Find neutral. Now just let yourself drop a shoulder. One, and then the other. One, and the other. Spinal movements. And then find center. Walk your hands forward. Keep the tailbone up. Forehead or chin come to the mat. Now remember, if it's hard to get down, you can place a block underneath that forehead, or you can open up your arms a little bit and try again and reset. Usually your chest will go a little bit lower. Breathing here. Good, lift through the chest, bring your hands back to center, tabletop. Tuck your toes, press back, find down dog. Walk your feet to the front of the room. Forward fold. This time, right down those arms. So bring those hands inside the crevice of those arms. Knees are still bent. Head is still relaxed, looking through those knees. And release the hands down. Bring them to heart center. Lower the butt, lift up strong, big inhale. Exhale, hands down, chin to chest. Good, take a big inhale. Step your right foot back, finding warrior one. 45 degrees with that back foot. Front foot is facing forward. Hips are towards the front of the room as much as possible. Lengthening through those arms. Make sure those ears are still drawn away from the shoulders, or the shoulders are drawn away from the ears. Showing off your neck. Good, we transition into warrior two, rotating that back foot parallel to the back edge of the mat. Front toes are forward, fingers are reaching long across the room. Maybe the gaze goes over those front fingers. We breathe. Here we turn the back heel down and under, staying in a squat, finding goddess. Lifting through the chest. Nice squat. Try not to wrinkle up those toes on the mat. Instead, lengthen through those feet and through the spine. Inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms up, turn the toes forward. Bring the hands to heart center. Exhale here and start to forward fold, but stop halfway for a flat back. Micro bend those knees, bellies pulled to the spine. And then all the way forward, finding forward fold. If you'd like, you can bring your hands behind your back and clasp, or keep your hands to the floor. Release the hands back down. Bring yourself to a flat back, so fingertips might reach, little bend in those knees. If you have the strength, bring your hands back to heart center. Use the hamstrings and the butt to lift yourself back up. Good. Inhale the hands high. Exhale, turn those heels back in, find goddess again. Transition back into warrior two. So we're going to rotate that front foot, turn that back heel, straighten the back leg, reach the fingertips long. Cartwheel the hands down, step your foot back, find down dog. Walk your feet to the front of the room, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to heart center, butt lowers. Lift strong, big inhale. Exhale, hands down, chin to chest.
Take your inhale, lifting. Step your left foot back, warrior one. Bend that front knee. Hips are to the front of the room. Release those shoulders. Breathe. Transition into warrior two. Finding long arms. Back edge of the foot is parallel to the back edge of the mat. Front toes are facing forward. Front knee is bent. Back knee is straight. Breathe. Rotate that back heel in, keeping your squat to find goddess. Turn the palms up. Lift the chest. Maybe gaze at the ceiling. Inhale, lifting straight up, legs and hands. Turn those toes to the front of the room. Bring your hands to heart center. Forward fold again, flat back. Pause halfway. Find your next exhale and lower all the way to the floor. Forward fold. Here you can bring your hands behind the back, pull those thumbs away or stay where you're at. Gently release those hands. Bring yourself back to halfway lift. Bring your hands to heart. Lift all the way up. Inhale those hands back up. Exhale, turn the heels in. Finding goddess again. Squatting low and breathing. Good. Here we're going to find warrior two. Transition that back leg straight. Front toes are going forward. Fingertips reach across the room. Gaze might go over that front arm. Good. Cartwheel those hands down. Step your foot back. Find down dog. Bring your shoulders over your wrists for plank. Knees can tap down for modification. Hold and breathe. Slowly lower all the way to the floor. Release those hands. Untuck your toes. Walk your forearms forward. Palms turn down as much as possible. Those elbows are in towards the rib cage. Squeeze through the butt. Squeeze through the belly. Lift the chest. Pull those ears and shoulders away from each other. So you're lengthening instead of sinking. Sphinx pose. Really important for all those tech gadgets and sitting at the computer. Great pose for all of that. Opening up and just breathing. Good, gently release. Bring your hands next to your chest. And then I want you to bring your left hand out to the side. And swing your right leg behind you and press with your right hand to find scorpion. Opening up that left shoulder, a little pressure. You can gently press the hand into the floor to make it open up a little bit more. And then bring it back to center. And just find that same thing on the other side. Right hand goes out, left hand presses to the floor. Left foot kicks back. Gentle press with that right hand into the floor. Good, releasing, bringing it back to center. Hands come to hearts, or back to chest. We're going to press back up, but we're going to inchworm one knee in and then the other and lift through our arms. Finding tabletop, walk those hands back. Then bring your knees wide, big toe mounts to come together, and walk your hands forward to find child's pose. Bring yourself up. Find yourselves on your Inhale, lift. Exhale, find cactus. Now gently tip those hands down and then lift back up. Bring them down and lift back up. One more time, bring them down, lift back up. Inhale and lift. Exhale and find your forward folds. You reach for those shins, those knees, those ankles, or those toes. Trying to keep your chest lifted so the spine is a little bit straighter. Good, lift to the chest. Bring the soles of the feet together, opening up those knees, sitting tall again. Just a little Baddha Konasana or just a little bit of a butterfly, breathing. Good, bring those feet back forward. Bring your hands forward. We're going to find boat pose for core work for 5 breaths. Modification, heels stay down. You lean just a little bit with a straight back. Or you can bring one foot up for half the time and then one foot up for the other half of the time. Or you lift both shins, trying to make them parallel to the ceiling. And then breathe. Lower the feet. I want you to swing your left knee all the way around to the back and then bend your front knee. So you're in the deer pose, or I call it princess pose, like you're sitting underneath the dress. Sit nice and tall. And we want to flex the back foot and lift the knee off the floor for just a moment. And lower it back down. And one more time, lift. And lower it back down. Good. Gently swing them around. We find it on the other side. Nice and tall. Try not to lean into it. Inhale, lift that foot up, knee and foot. Exhale, lower it down. Again, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower it down. Good. Swing those feet all the way around. This time we're going to roll all the way to the floor slowly. Good. Take a big inhale, reaching those fingertips behind toes, point. Pull your left knee in, giving it a hug, rolling your forehead towards that knee. And then release and find the other side. Big reach, bringing the knee in. And bringing it down. Now both knees. Knees to the chest, forehead to the knees. Lower down. Lift those hips high to the sky, finding bridge. Make sure all 4 corners of the feet are on the floor. Breathing. Lower the knees down. Bring the hands to a T. Lift the knees up. Shins parallel to the ceiling. Actively bring the knees to the right side, keeping a space between the knees, keeping your left shoulder on the floor. Little spinal twist, but engaging the core. Bring it back to center. And then the other side. Notice the space between the knees should still be the same. Your right shoulder should be down on the earth. Bring it back to center. Lower the feet. We find one more bridge. Bring the hands beside the hips. Inhale and lift. Lower again through those hips. Bring the knees to the chest, forehead to those knees for a final round spine. And then gently lower the chest, lower those feet, and start to find your final resting pose. Wiggle the toes, maybe turn the toes in towards each other for a second to set the hips and the pelvis down on the floor, and let them relax to wherever they go. Palms can be up for a gesture of openness, or they can be turned down if you feel like you just need to center yourself in a moment to yourself. Here we're going to work on breath. We're going to exhale everything out to the bottom of the lungs. And then slowly inhale through the nose. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause on top. And then exhale it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause on the bottom. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And pause. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let yourself find your own breath. And then send a scan through the body. Notice the top of the head. Notice your jaw. Release any clench. Notice the tip of your nose. Notice your lips and your chin and the shoulders. Let everything get a little heavier onto the mat. Notice your heart center, your belly, your hips, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your ankles, and the heels on the mat. Notice, and then just let it be. Finding just a couple moments of silence for yourself. And then slowly start to wiggle those fingers and those toes and find movement again. So you can finish out your day. Rock and roll those knees left and right. And then bring your knees to your chest and rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. Finding easy pose, palms come up. Taking a moment here for a breath. Resetting the spine and the shoulders. Good. Take a big inhale, closing practice together, reaching up. Be kind, let the light inside yourself lift others up. Thank you for joining me for practice. I hope you enjoyed it. Hands come to heart center. Namaste.